Between bikes, buses, and cars, sharing the road has always been important.
But if you are new to the area or you don't drive in Portland very often, some of the measures to make making the road safer can really be confusing. So Tony has more in today's Behind the Wheel.
Street signs are meant to be clear and easy to understand, and most of them are, but some need a little more decoding, like this bike box at Southwest 1st and Main.
If you're driving a car, green normally means go, but at this intersection, it basically means stay out. Bike boxes are a safe place for cyclists to stop while they're waiting at a red light. No cars allowed. When the light turns green, drivers should yield to bikes before driving through the box and into the intersection.
The Rose Lane is relatively new, and like it says, it's for buses only.
The idea here is that it's more efficient for a bus carrying dozens of people to have priority over a car carrying just a few. Remember, if you're driving next to a Rose Lane and hope to make a right turn, you'll have to wait until the Rose Lane ends.
And finally, there are parking protected bike lanes like you see here along Southwest Broadway, where a row of parked cars forms a protective barrier between cars on the street and bikes in the bike lane.
What makes these tricky for drivers is that we're used to parking along a curb with a sidewalk. But here, drivers and passengers have to cross an active bike lane to get to that sidewalk.
Knowing how these safety measures work before you drive through them is one of the keys to their success. That and sharing the road, or better yet, both. I'm Tony Martinez, Fox 12 Oregon.
Tony, Kim's scared.
Well, here's the thing. For somebody who doesn't drive in Portland that often, I'm rarely there. I mean, when I see these, I do get confused. And I love your explaining.
I agree.
I really love that you laid this all out for us. But it really, I've driven in the bus lane by accident.
Yeah.
And, panic.
There's no worse feeling than kind of coming and going, now, what do I do here? Because you want to do the right thing most times, but it can be a little bit disarming. So, yeah.
The other thing that I have a little concern with are these electric assist bikes that are in the bike lanes, yet they could go up to 30 miles an hour.
I know.
So that's going to be a little more dangerous for everybody involved right there.
And I will say, I think there's sort of a rivalry, if you will, between like people in cars, people on bikes, that kind of thing. But there's nothing about the number of wheels that you're operating that makes you better or worse at sharing the road. I think it's kind of a personal disposition. So, we all need to kind of cooperate, but, it isn't about just the bikes or just people driving. We all have to kind of participate and be cooperative.
And let's be clear, you cannot park in the middle of the road anywhere. It's just this one area where you're going to feel really off when you park with that bike lane on one side.
So that and be nice to each other.
Yeah, just be nice, be
say.
patient, give a little grace to people
Be patient with me. It was really great, Tony.
Yeah.